Too late. What's the motherfucking deal? Welcome to the den. I hope you took your shoes off at the door. Unless you have stinky feet, then put your shoes back on. I'm looking at you, Mr. Rabbit. So, hope you guys are all feeling good this evening. No, I'm not high. Haven't been high in several months. Pushing the 6-month mark here soon. But again, tonight we're going to talk about understanding. We're going to talk about getting an understanding, developing an understanding. No, I was telling you to put your shoes back on. Actually, that was the reference I was making there. And so, let's see what we got going on here. A little lumpy. All right, there we go. So again, like I say, we were talking about understanding. We're talking about perspectives. We're talking about our counterparts. We're talking about each other. We're talking about people we don't even know. And sometimes when it comes to understanding, I wonder if people are deliberately dense, that they just don't want to acknowledge other people's opinions, because I guess it's easier if you just don't acknowledge them, then you don't have to basically say you're debating 2 points. And if I just ignore an aspect of it like it's just completely not true, then I don't have to bolster my thoughts on that, or I don't have to reinforce my reasons when it comes to that aspect of it. I think that people, I don't know if they're just ignorant or if they're, like I say, deliberately dense, if they do it on purpose. What people are afraid of by taking the time to understand Understand the other people's perspectives. Understand why other people feel the way that they do. It's all good. No reefer. It's been all Gucci. Like I say, that's why the gym has been valid. Ram shot 70% for 3. Yeah, animals get punched with or without it. But again, about understanding, it's about, I don't say it's something I would pride myself on, but I try to do my best to understand, other people's perspectives, why they feel the way they do. You recommended a reefer to your friend. Did you do a blunt with your friend? But like I say, now I don't think that you necessarily always have to agree with people. And I'm sorry. I apologize to the friends in the den. Let's see who we have joining us in the den before we get into the conversation. Mr. Rabbit, Ed Man with the quick comeback. White Persuasion, what's the motherfucking deal? Heidi, doing layups. Mr. Wide Open Layup cost us the game. 335, what's the motherfucking deal? And porno's gonna crash tomorrow. You think anybody's been fucking following No Nut November? It ain't been happening. It ain't happening. Nobody's doing it. Everybody failed on like November 3rd. So, there's that. So my thing is this, and I don't get dunked on, I foul. I will definitely take the ejection before getting the foul. I am self first, then team. No sacrifices. No personal sacrifices, at least. But again, like I say, talk about understanding, talking about getting to know one another, talking about perspectives, talking about thinking in the other person's mind, I guess, or like the another person, or where is it, walking a mile in the other person's shoes, whatever it may be. Why is it so tough for people to do that? Why is it such a bad deal for someone to acknowledge someone else's perspective? Like, how hard is it to say, okay, well, I understand what you're saying. I don't agree with what you're saying, with what I'm learning this English. I'm agreeing with this English language. You say, I don't agree with what you're saying, but I understand you. I can understand the perspective in which you're coming from. I get why you feel that way, but I have to, it doesn't have to necessarily be politely, but I just have to disagree with you. So it is what it is. That's awful. That's awful. That's why no dunking. You keep an elbow out just in case. So ass your ass elbow. I need to put some lotion on that bitch. But Mr. Rabbit was an observer. I don't know, Mr. Rabbit, he might have he wheezed like a geese. Like multiple geese? Anyway, again, understanding one another, understanding, coming from the other person's perspective. And I think that's a problem that we have in this day and age, that we have, yes, they have no idea why they were fighting. They heard the geese wheeze. One guy turns, bam, turns back around, ashy elbow to the face, fight over. Then you leave them with a little bit of lotion as a courtesy. But again, like I say, you look at the left, you look at the right, you look at people in just regular situations. We can talk sports, for instance, we're in the sauce, you got Browns fans in there, and they want to understand that the Browns are good. The Browns have won 2 games in a row. You better respect Baker Mayfield. Okay. I understand you guys played some of the poor defenses in the league. They don't want to hear that. And I can understand it because, the Texans didn't have the most appealing a route initially. And, we didn't want to hear. All we wanted to hear was wins. We didn't understand what everyone else is talking about. Do I understand why Hunt got here? It was an excuse before what he did. Man, no, I don't understand why Hunt got cut. I have not even the slightest. He shouldn't have pushed that dude that landed that chick. He should apologize to that gentleman, and that should be it. Vincent, what's the motherfucking deal? That's the only thing I understand is that he shouldn't have pushed that guy, and she wouldn't have got hurt if he wouldn't have pushed that guy. That's the only thing I understand. Yeah, he I guess apparently he told the fib once the video got out, but yeah, exactly. I don't think that's the full truth. I think Kansas City, the team now has to transfer to another city because they lied. If that's the standard that they're trying to hold, well, I guess San Antonio is getting that team, that old Kansas City team. Come on. They knew better than that. The fact is, he said, you know what happened, and the optics look a lot worse than what they anticipated. So they tried to be ahead of the curve, again, ahead of the 8 ball, if you will, and going out and, cutting it. We're a progressive NFL. We're not going to stand for it. That's cool. And the Patriots are calling his phone right now. I mean, so you think you could pay her off? Man, I didn't hear all that. I just heard I just saw a bunch of drunk people, and I heard she was using the N-word is what they were saying. We'll have to see who, a lot of these hotels don't have audio. So it's very unfortunate. Talking about understanding, this is the den. So we definitely, he gonna be, he up all right. Yeah, she probably called me N-word. She's probably thinking it was one of those freaky sessions she's had with many of the black men that she's encountered before. Some people get off on that. She's definitely, you could look at her and tell she's definitely had several encounters. But there's that. So, my thing is this. Oh, she likes it rough. My thing is this, though. Again, like I say, it's unfortunate that this man is going to lose that livelihood. I'm pretty sure that all the people who were planning on leeching on him for the near future, especially once he got out of that rookie contract, all the plans that they made on his behalf of their money, or his money, and they definitely had it. Yeah, fucking. So I guess it's a lot of people who are sad now because they won't be able to leech off of him, and that's sad. Nothing more progressive than a man fighting a woman. Exactly. Ask who was it? Was it not Farrah Fox? I think that was a porn star. Who was the fucking MMA dude who was fighting chicks? I think the last name was Fox. So DiCaprio too. No, I hadn't heard. You know what I had started listening to? And I'm not even a big fan. He is like not in the slightest. It might be only like 2 or 3 songs. I was listening to that Meek Mill album, and it starts off pretty good. I haven't caught all of it, but it starts off pretty good. So definitely want to check that out. It's a Grand Theft Horse. Yes, that's going to be Grand Theft online, weird stuff. Yeah, but they said that Jay-Z didn't diss Kanye. He was talking about Donald Trump. And if you go back and kind of listen to it, yeah, you do. Because I thought, honestly, cause I listened to that verse, and I was thinking more so about, Rick Ross taking cheap, easy targets on 6ix9ine and shit. But it is what it is. No, but it has. He's not talking about, because he's talking about. He said when he was talking about. He said, it's like Michael and Prince. You're trying to separate Michael and Prince or whatever. I think he was referring to him, or I don't know who wants to be Prince in that situation. I don't know who wants to be Michael in that situation. Odd situation to be in, period, right? But again, it is what it is. a good portion. How much is a good portion? I still don't think it's a big significant portion. Like, I mean, I think it's more than I probably anticipated. I'm gonna be honest, Unique. I don't even know. Good to see you though. I have no idea what we're discussing. We're supposed to be talking about understanding, and we're talking about rap albums and rap beef. But like I say, it's a good album. So far, so good. I've listened to maybe the first 4 or 5 songs. I skipped the song with Cardi B on it because, I'm still trying to get understanding myself. I skipped the song with Cardi B on it just because I already know I'm not going to like it. I don't, her voice is annoying as shit to me. Her rapping is terrible. Excuse me. But, well, let's try to get back, let's try to get it back to the beginning. And the hell no. That's you got, that's all you had, man. You know, you've been having some strange adventures lately. Turkey Day, trysts. I heard you got the Dwight Howard tape. So, you know, there's that. But here's my deal though. Honestly, that's cool if you like that. All of that ain't always created equal. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if you like that, if you like the old stiff titties, that's, you know, that's cool for you. So yeah, I mean, it's Friday, and I have no understanding. We just gonna kind of free for all this deal. I'm gonna be honest, we're just gonna go far off topic. There's a lot of weird shit been going on, and we need to talk about it. We got to talk about it. Go Spurs, they got whipped. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. So, you know, I go to a salon, I guess you would say. It's like a natural hair salon to go get my hair done. I enjoy going there, to be honest with you. I do. I just like looking at women. I have no intentions of cheating or anything like that, but you just got to appreciate the feminine form. You know what I mean? It's just a wonderful thing. You just got to appreciate it. It's lovely. I mean, I don't know. I question, like I say, there's nothing wrong. I don't think it's necessarily cheating to look. Now, once you start allowing too many thoughts to enter your head and you start contemplating certain things, I think then you're going a little bit far. But to each his own. But I just love the feminine form. And so anyway, we were having some discussions, and the other thing about women is y'all gossip too goddamn much. But somehow the Dwight Howard situation came up. And I'm going to be honest, like, I've been saying Dwight was suspect since, like, that video came out, you know, years ago. And so JJ might be out on Friday. He's going to be all right. He's going to be all right. My thing is, I'd rather save him for, I mean, if he's feeling dinged up, then, you know, he needs to, I'd rest him. I don't think you need it. That's like Isaiah Cannon, when he was grabbing on in that video, the one where he was coming back to the bench, and basically, he was in the meat section. Wasn't talking about the grocery store. My thing is, oh, I see what you did there. Yeah, he's, you know, Dwight. And anyway, they were talking about, I guess the dude was saying that he's basically a 7-foot bottom. That's a horrible thing to even think about. But that image was put in my head, so now y'all all have to suffer with it. And so it's one thing to be, and again, like I said, I don't really care. You know, you are what you are. You gotta live your own life. It's none of my trans fluid. You do what you gotta do to live. Again, who am I to judge? You know, like I'm not, again, I probably have a couple of chicks on my resume that I probably shouldn't have drank that much alcohol. But I'm pretty sure there might have been a motherfucker or two out there who probably could outdress them. You've seen some of these motherfuckers these days. So it is what it is. Charlemagne can't clown anybody, because Charlemagne is about as suspect as they come. You know what I mean? Transmission fluid. You gotta, hey, Dwight plays great tranny D. But my thing is, Charlemagne can't talk about anybody because Charlemagne is suspect as hell. Charlemagne, yeah, they were talking about him because he said some shit like, if 6ix9ine beats his case, I'll suck his dick. That's not something that a fucking dude would fucking say, dog. Like, that's not something that a straight man, like, even in a joke, like, that's not a straight dude's joke. You know what I'm saying? Like, Charlemagne is quite, and he's been suspect. Charlemagne be bleaching his skin and doing all that little weird shit. He's a devil worshiper. Why do you say he's a devil worshiper? Hey, what does marriage mean nowadays? What does that shit mean nowadays? That's just for Hollywood. He's the culprit at the poker game, but don't be a menace. Take me to jail. But my thing is, Charlemagne, I've never been a fan of Charlemagne. Because, I mean, what man comes up like that? Like, you basically the male Wendy Williams. That's what you are. That's like your mentor. And then you start getting the fucking surgery, probably out there Botox and doing all other weird shit like, you know what I'm saying? Uh-oh, that's why we haven't been seeing the fashionista. And that DJ Academic suspect too. They damn. That's quick. Oh, okay. Look. Oh, so I knew it. It wasn't just the schoolwork. But we're gonna have to understand unique. A plunger is what a plunge is, and it's a technique for the older, more experienced people. Nah, I heard about the Alaska earthquake, but I didn't really pay any attention to it. Baker man, what's the motherfucking deal? But like I said, but that's what's up. Congratulations, though, Unique. Congratulations, and we wish you all the best. You can we're gonna do an interview on the Den after the honeymoon. We'll let y'all get that out the way first. What I need to know is Sarah Palin okay? All right, is Sarah Palin okay? That's what we ultimately need to know. Okay, maybe means yes. When you talking about a situation like that with the ladies, yeah, the Den coming to the wedding, the whole Den is coming through. Is Palin okay? Because Palin is fine. It's not. I don't think that's what I would. Unless you're like in the school teachers or something like that. Okay. I'm actually not that concerned. I just wanted to make sure they could still make parody porns of her. But my thing is this, though. Like I say, with this whole situation, entertainment is a sketchy business, man. And I feel like even online entertainment is he said, okay, baby. He said it's probably coming from, I think, look, we gonna see. So you got some inside source, you got some inside information. But like I say, even them, we're good Christian people, and we wouldn't do that. Premarital sex, pop out the kid, abandoned by the daddy. But my thing is, again, like I say, that whole entertainment situation, you just look at the industry, and I think, like I say, I think it's starting to try to carry over to like a lot of online entertainment platforms. Like, I'm not saying the entertainers, but I think that like the overall way that they're trying to promote it. Because I mean, if you look at like YouTube a lot, they always try to promote these weird ideologies, creators for change. I find that really weird. Like, you're not really changing any of these communities. It's always they'll highlight a gay creator or some black creators or some other weird shit, that they're trying to promote. Like, I thought it was about, people being able to put what they want out there. But now, again, I guess they got to go in what direction they feel makes the most money. But again, you got to stop doing that, because you would think that people would have learned from the Hillary Clinton experiment. And so So you got inside source. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's just like you're trying to force stuff on people. You know, like anytime I see a little creative, that little bar, like I'm not interested in that shit. Like, 'cause I don't care. It's not what I come to YouTube for. I don't, and that's why I hate Spotify, because they always try to like promote some old weird shit. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just like it's a weird thing. He said Beto in 2020. Yeah, they getting him primed and ready to go. He's working on his half pipe skills. You know, his 1080 kickflip. Yeah, I think that would definitely be a very interesting one. Like I said, I don't think they want him to win. Now they can trade. It's crazy because it's about that time, 2019. So yeah, you're gonna spend the next couple of years basically campaigning, and so nothing's getting done again. But then they're talking about Hillary saying that she might try to run again. Like, don't do it. I don't think anybody wants to. I don't think the Democrats want her to. I think the Republicans want her to, because then, you know, it's going to be the same outcome. But it's her own pride that she doesn't realize that nobody's rooting for Hillary. Like, they may be rooting for a female president. People may want that. But people don't want Hillary Clinton to be the president. I think that's like a general consensus for everyone. Ted Cruz is a pussy. Like that's the thing about me. Like that dude is such a he's a pussy, dog. Like, I mean, and I can't stand it. Like, he's the reason the Rockets lost. You fucking let this dude talk all kind of shit about you, your family, and all this shit. Then you go run to him at the last minute, basically to save your campaign. That's the desperation of these fucking politicians. They'd rather go swallow all their pride, stick their nose in a fucking tissue encrusted ass, brown nose the fuck out of somebody, and fucking, you know, the same motherfucker that dogged your ass out just so you can retain it. Like, there's no pride. Like, and so if that's, you see this, like, what's to keep them from, like, again, all these lobbyists and all these other people who are basically able to finesse them for a little bit of money to make you think that they're not doing that. Like, you know, that's why I say, man, these ideologies is, I mean, there's fucking being liberal or conservative or whatever. Like I say, I don't necessarily align to one side or the other. I can understanding. See what I did? Y'all weren't ready for that. Understanding. I got you. Caught y'all slipping. Y'all thought this shit was over with. Y'all thought I was off topic, but I talked about all that shit just to bring it back to understanding. Got you. Y'all weren't ready. What's the motherfucking deal, Big Vice? But my thing is, you got to understand that I think people just got to be more like, when you automatically assign yourself to a party, to me, you lose. You've lost. I'm a Republican. I'm a Democrat. You're losing. You know what I'm saying? You got to look and just say, okay, this is what makes sense. This person, I don't agree with a lot of what they're talking about. These are the most important issues to me. I do agree with this, regardless of the party that they stand with. Oh, hold up. What is that, George Michael? Hold up, baby. Or, you know what I'm saying? You fucking, you've been listening to the music the entire time. Worry about you. Worry about you a lot. I got a question for you, Mr. Rabbit. Because you're a younger gentleman. You're a younger rabbit. And I'm gonna open up the den line here shortly. Because I said I would. I got a couple of things. Like I said, again, it's like I said, it's kind of a free for all day. I'm not really on topic like I need to be. Like I said, you know, there's changes, and I'm trying to work on, you know, bringing back more recorded videos for the sauce, and because what I want to do with that element is kind of bring back more recorded stuff, speak more of my mind on the recorded stuff during the day, then, you know, bring the round table on in the evenings, and then kind of open up the sauce line a little bit more. And that way, you know, the streams are more about y'all and having that input, you know, because I think that's what makes that flavor so fresh. I think, and I think that's how I'm gonna go with that one. Yeah, and I agree with that, because sometimes people will be looking for something with text and they see some shit that says 2 hours. They're like, man, fuck that. Or what happens with that is all the commenting happens in the live chat and not necessarily in the comment section. So, YouTube treats it a little bit differently. I'm not opening the line until Kenneth gets out of here. But my thing is, so what I'm gonna start doing, I'm thinking about kind of doing something similar with the den, maybe speaking on a topic earlier, dropping a recording for the earlier, and then kind of when we do the live, just kind of have more of open up the den line. We talk about, kind of things that are happening, and then just kind of, like I say, discuss stuff. And then it can be more of a free range conversation, like I said, because I have the topic at hand. If you watch the video early, come back in, we kind of talk about it, and then we discuss any current events that have taken place since then, and go from there. So I think that's how we're going to try to handle it. But Mr. Rabbit, I have a question about your mama. And no, not in that way. But all right, Miss Unique. I'm glad you could stop. I always enjoy your presence. Glad you came through. So actually I do the audio checks hoping that you'll get bored and go away. I know you have a short term attention span, Kenneth, so that's the only reason I do it, because the audio is already there. I just changed to a different scene so I could talk shit about you, and then whenever you leave, we say a bunch of bad shit about you, because we know that you can't sit still for more than 15 seconds. Are you angry, Mr. Rabbit? Well, what I want to ask about your mama, Mr. Rabbit, is she an old school rocker? Does she listen to a lot of classic rock? Because I'm trying to figure out, or older music, because I'm trying to figure out where you get it from, because you're a younger rabbit. You barely got your bunny tail, and I'm trying to figure out. Man, let me know, because I want to. That's something else that I was thinking about too. So definitely let me know, Mr. Persuasion, because I'm gonna start doing something different with the shirts too. Because I'm thinking I'm gonna start doing everything. I'm thinking about killing the. Well, not killing the South Sports Store, but in the sense of not using the Teespring. Because I've been trying some other different companies. Like I say, I went and got this shirt from a different company. I got like the Honcho stuff from a different company. So just trying various companies to just kind of check the quality and the prices of things. And I've come across some various opportunities to do some things differently. Actually, Teespring ain't that bad. Teespring's not that bad. The ones I was doing with the mugs, they suck. That's why I stopped doing those mugs. They suck. I sold a good bit of those mugs. I sold, not a good bit, but I mean, for me, I want to say maybe, not counting the ones that I did for, people winning the sauce stuff, I might have sold like maybe close to about 10 mugs or so. You know what I'm saying? And I think with the percentage and everything that goes with it, I think I might have made like $12 off of that shit. You know what I mean? Because of the way they set it up with sales and all the stuff that goes with it. They have like site-wide discounts and stuff, and there's certain things that you can't control. And so it's like I'm saying, it's like, but the thing is, yeah, they did me bad, because the thing about with like other places, for the same price at which I was selling those mugs, maybe if I sold, 2 or 3 mugs at that price, I'd make, 2 mugs, I'd probably make that 12, if not more, depending on what you set the price at. Probably a mug and a half, but you can't sell half a mug. But, no, and that's why I say I do have my own website, but then it's, getting people to go to saucesports.com to the shop. There's some other setups that I'm looking at, again, because it may just be more convenient to do that instead of paying for hosting and doing all the other stuff, and just pay a little monthly fee and then basically sell the merch myself, as opposed to doing all that other stuff. So there's that. I have no problem. Look, what them motherfuckers do off the field on their own time, I don't give a shit. That has nothing to do with me. That has nothing to do. That has nothing to do with me. But again, so I'm questioning. What did you say here? You say, actually, I get it most from your dad. and the friend that you offered a reefer to. Okay, interesting. Tell your mama put that on my Christmas list, Kenneth. Along my desk. Go ahead and tell her to throw a camera on the desk, a chair, and a camera. Fan joy. I have to look at it. Yeah, that wouldn't be wise. When he's counting up, so he's got it backwards. I'll take a look at it. Like I said, because I've been looking at a lot of different stuff. But me personally, I'm the type of person I like to be a little bit more, I don't want to say like hands-on, but, when you go through these other companies and stuff, yeah, it's more convenient. But the thing about Teespring is like you got to have so many people order before they kind of start doing it. The thing about, I'm going to say Printful is another company, but they print on demand. And to me, I think they have better quality. They have more of a variety of stuff. And they have sports bras and leggings. So I got to figure out, I'm going to find me a soft sports model to rock the soft sports bra. Shaolin, fantastic. What's the motherfucking deal, man? How you doing? Good to see you. So I'm going to find a soft sports bra and leggings, and I'm going to design that. And I'm going to figure out, Dominican Republic, that's what's happening. I'm on vacation. You got to get away from them Titans, man. I'll give you a hard time. That's what's up, man. I hope you're enjoying the vacay. Yeah, no, it's got to be a quality model. Yeah, you can't look. I'll be honest. We got love for the BBWs. Ain't no hate on it. Not too much love for the Fabs, but I'd have to find me like a fitness model or something like that. Someone in shape to make got to make the leggings look good and proportionate. Sports bra, like you don't want it to be overwhelming. You don't want to be like. So you don't want it to be focused more on the damn titties than the bra. So you got to find oh no. I don't want the chicken models. That'll be bad. They ate the shit. They'll think it's a package of chicken. I mess around and, wipe my hands, a little food crumb, get in the package. It's a wrap. It's over with. But, I don't want no Bissonette models either. Shit. That shit gonna get infected. But here's the deal. We're gonna open up the den line. Like I say, we're just talking some shit, man. Like I say, the topic is really just kind of free for all. I'm just chopping it up with y'all this evening. Let me see. Let me put the proper ear gear in. I have no idea. Look, I have no idea. I'm pretty sure they're gonna want you to pay by the hour though. No refunds. You can't last your whole hour. That's on you, player. Oh man, let's see. Let's get it. Give me, I'll be like, yeah, you can keep the merch. But then I'm saying, you don't want to let them keep the merch. Then, half hour later, you see these motherfuckers getting arrested in your soft sports gear. They all in the fucking county, all in the shit. That's not a good look. After the fucking hotel raid, they fucking busted. Stay saucy. All right, let's see what we got. Give me a second. Let me do an audio check real quick so we can get Kenneth out of here. And then as soon as he leaves, we're going to talk a bunch of shit about his ass.
Perfect.
Only one intro. That's all you get. One and done on the intros. So here's the deal. Den line, activated. I'm going to call on the powers of Zordon. Build us a fucking Megazord. And we're going to make it shake. We're going to make some shake it shake. Kenneth, I'm not here to cater to you. Tell your mama bring my camera on my desk. I don't want to hear it. You understand me? And I want it early. I want some milk and cookies on the desk too, goddamn. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you know what I'm saying? Oh, but yeah, I need to check. Oh, man, I'm glad you reminded me of that. I'm glad you reminded me of that. I want to do that. Yeah, I got to use fucking copyright free music. That's like, that music is actually like recommended by YouTube. So that's why I use that shit. But that's the den line number, man. If y'all got something on your mind, it's whatever it may be today, call into the den. Let's have a discussion. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
Hey, what's up, Honcho? This Ernest, man.
Ernest, what's the motherfucking deal, man? What you want to drop in the den tonight, man?
Hey, man, it's a couple of things, man. Like you say, you know, it's a free fall on the topic. So I want to know if you up to date on that 6ix9ine issue, man.
Man, just briefly. I mean, somewhat. I guess I don't know if it's been some new information. I know that that they had locked him up. I know they sent him to the other place where they said they was sending the snitches. I hadn't heard anything really after that situation. I remember hearing something about his homeboy hollering out Trey Way to the judge or something like that, or the ex-homeboy that was going to kill him or whatever else. That's really kind of all I caught from all that shit.
All right. Well, see that, yeah, that's pretty much, it. But this is the thing. When he was talking to the judge, he was like really talking to 6ix9ine. You know what I'm saying? Because the feds, they got audio. This is why they put 6ix9ine in. The feds got audio that Shotty them was gonna take him out because the feds was building their case, but they were like, dang, they about to take this boy. All right, so we gotta lock him up to protect him. You know what I'm saying, and get him to flip. So I thought that was a little interesting, bruh, which leads me to my next point. Are you familiar with what's his name? Azon, the dude who wrote Paid in Full back in the days when they was doing their thing in New York?
Slightly.
All right. Well, the reason I asked you this, man, is because I was just talking to this dude, man. He was, talking about how he was hustling, blah, blah, blah. But Azon said something that was interesting. He said, man, back in the 80s when we was doing our thing, he was like, man, that the cops didn't mess with us, man. We had pretty much a green light. And he made a comment, which I want to get your take on. He made a comment and said, I don't see how anybody would want to take the risk of being in the drug gang when they clearly got a war on drugs, meaning they out to get you. Now, he was like, back when they was doing it, man, the cops would roll by, chunk the dudes, keep it pushing.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a pretty interesting take, given, bro, you see like they got SWAT teams, they tapping your phone, and it really, when you look at it, it really don't make sense. I'm not getting into the whole issue of why people do what they do. That's not where I'm going. I'm just saying that, is it worth it knowing that, all these resources are used to pretty much counter everything that you're trying to do in the long run? And a prime example is Big Meech more recently, where, they end up taking them down. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
man, that's a very good point. I'm glad you mentioned. I didn't know that part, but I didn't really think about it. And honestly, I didn't think about it when you were talking about the war on drugs. And the fact that you just said it just kind of lit up a light in my mind. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, man. And honestly, like I say, it's few and far between people who really got something going, and that's not for what I want to dive into as far as your point. But I don't think the risk is necessarily worthwhile, but I think you get a lot of people and they get to feeling like, and I think it comes down to self-worth. They feel like this is the only way I'm ever going to get it, and I think what happens too is a lot of people end up falling in love with the lifestyle. So, I've talked about my issues and things like that, and, having to make a mental change, but it ultimately, like I say, going back and look on it, man, no, it's not worth it. I mean, if you eating good, and I mean, you can get in that bitch and you can get up out that bitch and you got it working for you. I'm not knocking you. Do your thug thing. But the way they trying to throw motherfuckers away for making a little bit of money, man, and especially in certain areas a little bit worse than others, I mean, it's a calculated risk. You got to really look at it like, is my life worth, all this shit that I'm doing? And then, it's a lot of layers to the shit, because that's why I talk about, motherfuckers and where their allegiances really lie. And that's why I say I fall back from a lot of people, because we can talk about, racial prides. We can talk about family. We can talk about, religion. We talk about all these beliefs. When it come to money or it come to that game, that shit fucking oversteps all that shit. You see motherfuckers throw all that shit out the window, depending on what angle you coming from. If you a user, if you a pusher, if you a whatever it is, you know what I mean? So again, though, but that's wild, though. It is a different game. Yeah, when you had free reign, he was getting it, and he was making money hand over fist. That's one thing. But like you said, the war on drugs, and they doing any and everything under the guise of, trying to stop drugs, trying to stop the kids. When you've seen it in other countries, that governments have taken a different approach to the system and have benefited from it. But, again, like I say, they got to have a way to fund that police state that they're trying to accomplish, and again, it's almost self-funding. Because the thing about it is funny to me is that the game now, especially with the laws and all that shit, the laws are basically doing the same thing the drug dealers are doing, but with the badge behind them. Because basically, if a nigga know you got it, nigga jack you, rob you, take your shit, right? It is what it is. Niggas will tie you up. Niggas might body you, might throw you away. You never know. Never be seen again. Laws do the same shit. They gonna kidnap you, throw your ass in jail. They gonna take your shit. Not eminent domain. What's the other word they call it? Not eminent domain. But basically that they can claim your shit. It's a type of seizure. You know what I'm saying? They call it something seizure. But basically, if they claim that you got dope or whatever in your car, they can sit there and say that it's used to. Really? Bush done died? Word? Shit, him and whatchamacallit was cool. That's very odd. I wonder, they talk about friendships, connections, and things like that. That's very interesting. Damn, Texas is gonna be double fired up. That boy used to come through the Texas game. He was going down. That's unfortunate though. But it is what it is. But again, like I say, you talk about the fucking game, and like I say, it's a lot of because it was a situation where they were talking about a lot of these laws. There was a certain spot in Texas that they was using that. It was motherfuckers not even doing shit illegally, but there was what is it called? It's something seizure. I forgot what the kind of seizure it's called, but they were basically taking motherfuckers shit. And if motherfucker came back and fuck with them, they fucking they could just throw your ass away, hide your ass in the motherfucking place that you just in the fucking middle of fucking Texas where you never to be seen again, man. Don't come to that bitch being black or something nice. They was taking it, Little Caesar. That's little seizures. Well, that's all bad. Can I get a $5 hot and ready? I'm not even gonna go there. But yeah, I mean, come on, man. Like I said, it's you usually see Bush all over the place, and then that's unfortunate. Like I say, Bush, damn, fucking appreciate it, Unique. Bush, fucking Bob, all that. But again, like I say, the dope game now, and the thing about it is crazy because, and there's something else that makes me think about what Ernest had mentioned a while back when we was talking about rap music and who controls the industry, and you would think shit would change, but it makes me think about, is it really who controls the industry, or is it this what people want? Because now you have the ability to put so much independent music out. You have so many different platforms that you've just seen a lot of people come up on that like, fucking SoundCloud rappers and all that other weird shit. But the ones who blow up, what are they talking about? Doing drugs and being depressed and shit like that. Is that what the people want? I think about it makes me think about when I was talking about, sometimes I post like the things on the gram, and I remember putting a picture up about happiness. We were talking about how to be happy. Got no likes. I put up a picture about depression, and that shit was probably one of the most liked pictures on the Den Graham, like, are people gravitating towards the negative aspects of their lives? I mean, because honestly, we talk about perspective. We talk about, we've talked about depression. We've talked about, yeah, that's going to be real weird. Don't watch any news. We talk about, you create your life essentially, and I had to get back in my Think and Grow Rich. I hadn't read it in a few years, and I bought it, and I didn't really get into it. I didn't really start reading it again. And it's definitely a recommendation for everybody. It's good to have a copy of Think and Grow Rich. Yeah, that's basically what they're gonna say. But are people choosing to be depressed? Are people choosing, like, how is America probably the most depressed country in the world, but having more opportunity than anybody? This is the country where everybody's coming to. This is the country where everybody wants to gravitate towards because it's the land of opportunity. But it seems like the Americans are the only ones who don't see the opportunity. Be it the poorest people make the happiest music. I don't know. Everybody full of dope now. Depression is marketable. The marketable creation of the largest pharmaceutical companies that produce antidepressant drugs for consumer. Sounds legit, because depression is a big market. But my thing is just like, who was the dude? It was like well, I think the little white dude with the tattoos on his face. Not the analysis has been concluded. Everyone's consumed with negative things. Positive things are not often met with the same reaction as positive things usually benefit a select few. People would rather be sad together. Yeah, fuck that, man. Fuck all that. I don't want to be sad, man. I've had enough sadness in my life. I'm trying to find a happy. I'm seeking happiness, pleasure, even if it's on the smallest scales. Little Peep, that's the one. Yeah, I think he was supposed to be I think he was supposed to be like a depressed kind of guy, right? But why was, if that's the case, why do people love Bob Marley's music so much? Why is it now like all the depressing emo rap shit is the hot fire? I mean, none of them have anything on Dylon because he's top 5 greatest, all top 5, because he was Jamaican. Wow, that's racist. Too many people in my school are saying that they're dead inside. And that's what I'm saying. Like, again, it could be a whole. So to keep people depressed, the president packs along with unhealthy food, mind conditioning programs, and television and movies and prescription medications. Okay, well, just ignore the TV around me. Okay, that has nothing to do with. Just listen to what I'm saying, but ignore the television around me. But I can see some of that, because that's what I say. I think, what do they always say? The people who are most successful watch the least amount of television. They say that going out and being in the sun is relatively healthy for people who are suffering from depression. So it just sounds like to me, getting out, taking care of yourself, and living your life is the cure. So doing everything that is against the normal American standard sounds like the cure for depression. But everybody wants a pill, something that they can pop and make it go away, instead of taking a little bit of effort, figuring out the solution. What we got going on over here? And 6ix9ine is my idol. He saved me from depression. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in on the den this evening? I don't think they hung up. So 6ix9ine is my idol. He saved me from depression. I love him so much, I would run a bullet for him. Well, I'm not even gonna. There's a joke that you kind of left out there, but I'm not even going to. Why the calls aren't quite coming in? I see it. Like, all these are missed calls, but for some reason they're not coming through. Not loving it. Let's see. Oh, fucking that's all true for real. That has nothing to do with George Bush. make sure what's going on here. I don't know, because it was doing this the other day. For some reason, it was not, it's not coming through. Like I say, I see the fucking calls, but for some reason, they are just not, they ain't happening. What's up with the den line, man? The Browns lost 4 straight with a roster torn by injury and a terrible head. I don't want to hear that fucking bullshit. Cry me a fucking river. What, 4 fucking seasons straight? Is that what they're talking about? Why the fuck is the shit not giving me the fucking calls here? All right, we gonna figure this whole thing out. Oh, well, maybe that's part of the problem. All right, let's see what happens now. But again, since circular was guaranteed never-ending market for the companies to correct human contact, understanding the sympathy, the cure for depression, fight back against the drug lords. That's why they don't want you. That's why they don't want to legalize. You can smoke a little bit of reefer. You ain't got no problems. That's what Bob was telling you to do. Smoke a little bit of ganja, go out and enjoy your life. Get a little sunshine, a little vitamin D. You'd be old goody. Man, I don't know why the fucking. I see the call attempts. Let's see something. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see if this changes anything. Because I don't know why the fuck they ain't going through. It's very sad and unfortunate because I want to know what you guys have to say. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to call back. We'll see if they answer. Okay, fucking Wi-Fi's on. Say I need that. All that's on. All these settings are on. What else do you want me to do? Weird number. All right, hold on. That's what we got to do. Yeah, so I think I see what the problem is. Even though it's lying to me. It's telling an absolute lie. This shit is way better signal. All right. All right, let's see. Let's try again. Maybe it'll work on that. But here's the deal, man. You know, again, it's unfortunate. And no, November's in the night. I'm not even gonna go there. You guys are throwing alley oops all over the place. You know, I'm not even gonna do it. I want to, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm trying to be a better man. I tried to call him, wouldn't even let me call him back, so I don't know. Okay, here we go. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening? No. I don't know, it's a little bit off. I think I dingled the dangle there. All right, what you got there? It sounds like Ed Man. What you want to drop in the den this evening, Ed Man?
To get your thoughts on what Adrian Peterson said on that Bleacher Report interview.
I'm not sure what the one where he was I think Todd was asking about disciplining his kids. I kind of briefly saw, but I didn't really get that far into it. So I didn't really
But do you agree that disciplining his kids with the belt is going to change the way his kids act?
Here's the thing. We, contrary to my own thoughts, and again, I don't know if you want to call it cognitive dissonance or whatever the fuck they call it. You know, studies say that if you whoop your children, that it's not necessarily the best form of discipline. It makes them more likely to be afraid of you, not necessarily trust you, and a bunch of other things along those lines. And I've read a couple of the studies, and I've seen, you know, some of the things they have to say about that. But to me, I feel like, I don't know. I have a hard time believing, like, you can't say that everybody who did that, because I know a bunch of motherfuckers who got whooped and then they still went the wrong way. They still went far left. But for some reason, I feel like disciplining has some type of positive effects. I don't know if timeout gets the job done. I don't know if, you know, those things are, but again, I don't know. I feel like people should be allowed to discipline their children however they want to, however they see fit. But I think that there can be a very thin line between, a spanking and abuse. And what I think a lot of people have, and especially I'd like to say, fucking a lot of people in the black community have, is that they take out their frustrations during spankings, and it can easily turn from a spanking to abuse. And again, not just black communities, but lower end communities, I would say, because they have all these other problems compiled on top of that. And then you feel like this, they're showing they're taking things away from that they love is a good form of discipline. Oh, I do that shit all the time. Matter of fact, we had an incident in school today, so there will be no electronics for a little while. But yeah, man, I just think you got to find the right form of discipline for the child. And I think depending on the personalities, and it differs from child to child. Yeah. Pardon me. Yeah, I used to get my ass whooped, so it takes a village, all that good stuff. You've heard those villages that they say that they'll, like, when somebody does something bad, they'll bring them to the center of the village and tell them a whole bunch of good stuff to make them feel better about themselves, and that's supposed to help some shit. I don't even know. I don't know. What are your thoughts on the discipline situation?
Hello?
Yes. You look. You got about 30 or so more minutes before No Nut November is over with. You just wait there, Ed, man. You hold your horses there. But yeah. So I mean, what are your thoughts though?
Yeah, I can't hear you from my end.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, I'm gonna hang up on you then. All right. I don't know why it's tripping. I don't know what the back and forth is going on. Let's see what we got here. Hey, I like that. I like that too. I like those. Shout out to White Persuasion. I definitely like those. I like that. Yeah, it was real weird. Waiting on a midget to drop music, but he keep playing. All right, that's interesting. But yeah, here's the deal. I'm trying to decide here. You said you tell the paddle mills for the act up. Like, give me what you got. Let's see. I'm not saying that. I'm not even gonna repeat the comment that Ed Man left in the den for one particular sideways horse. Oh man, I need to pop all those joints. I'm getting old. Yeah, so there's that. And it's funny. It's really funny because right when Jay Bird's talking about, Ed Man cool, low, for real. And then the comment that was left on the den line makes it seem strangely odd. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Y'all on some wild stuff tonight. I don't even know. But here's my deal. Here's the deal. Guess we can get the gym action out the way first, and then we'll get some mixer action going on. We'll see what's up with the world of the online, even though I haven't beat the game yet. So we're gonna go Grand Theft Horse Online. So like I said, I'm gonna go hit this. I'm gonna go take care of my little workout here. Then we'll be back at it. We'll get into it. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna create the character and everything. So we're gonna make it shake. We'll go through all that whole situation. You said preventive discipline might be more successful, and institutionalized lessons of kung fu in schools could be beneficial. So then everybody was kung fu fighting. I just had to do it. I actually had to change it up because what I had been doing, I was up in the reps, and like I say, in the little gym I go to, it's just the one right here in the complex. They have a limited array of options, so I've been doing some things differently, and so I'm lowering the reps up in the weight, and so I started that like yesterday. So it is what it is. And then, like I say, once I max this out, then I'm going to get a real membership. And then really start getting it in. You said no set date, though. Yeah, man, look. Just got to jump into it, man. Get limber December. No. Fucking. No. It's been an awkward day, man. End of the month. End of the incel holiday month. Then you got fucking the Bush tapping out. You got the fucking running back getting fired. I'm waiting on somebody to get hit with a Me Too. I mean, we still got about 40 minutes before it's all over with. But he made a Native American dude, but he looked slow, always smiling in the cutscene. That's funny. So, like I say, it's going to be interesting. Yes, and actually today is curl day. So, with that being said, yeah, Bush tapped out. that's a nice way of saying it's either usually tapped out or clocked out. So that's usually the terminology I use. You know, the motherfucker died. Goddamn. So much more polite to say he tapped out. Macho Man style. But with that being said, man, look, we'll be in the mixer action. I gotta withhold myself. So let's see. It's probably be a little bit more now. It might be closer to. Well, I really don't like going to the gym until after midnight because it'd be some weird motherfucker just come stumbling in there and do like a set or something, then walk up out of there. Or so always like this weird dude with a fucking sauna suit on, but not like the whole sauna suit, just the upper half, and he like jogs on the treadmill for like 15 minutes and then leaves. So yeah, it's over 24/7. Yeah, motherfucker go in there and just do like a set or something. Just killed it in the gym. Takes a selfie. You know, then slide up out of there. But and so like my thing is like it annoys me because like sometimes I'll kind of, I won't say like circuit. Sometimes I'll do it like a little circuit. It just depends on the mood I'm in, and I'll set it up like a circuit. So I'll do a set and just kind of rotate. I might set up 3 or 4 different things, and then not sonic, a sauna suit, like to replicate the effects of going into a sauna, and so I'll set up like a little cardio, not cardio. Fucking, I'm not doing no goddamn cardio. So about to do some fat nigga shit and eat a burger. Yeah, man. Look, I told you, I had to jump off the vegetarian gang. I'm trying to see some gains. Goddamn, them veggies ain't cutting it. Motherfucker been working hard, and the veggies are giving me minimal response to what I need. So I'm gonna get back on get back to eating maybe chicken and fish. And so I think that's the lane I'm gonna go in. I'm not too much fucking. I was eating too many fucking beans and shit. Motherfucker being there. That's why I had to go late when nobody else be in there. I'd be Shaq cushioning it up. It was a 2-part workout. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta motherfucking be, you gotta be ready. You can't do too many reps of that. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. So there's that. Chris was cool. He came through the other day. He slid by on Thanksgiving. I seen him, and then he was in the Sauce a couple of days ago. So there's that. Cat food. Cat food, ain't nothing wrong with cat food. Cats always land on their feet, so if I want to get my agility down, cat food. But here's the deal. Like I said, I fucks with y'all. I'm gonna be up in the mixer here shortly. Probably not shortly, but let's see. Heidi on that heroin. That's that dog food. Be 11:30. Let's say 12:30, 12:45ish, maybe closer to 1, somewhere around there on the mixer action. And we'll be creating a character on the Red Dead, Grand Theft Horse, all that other good shit. So I'll see y'all there. I fucks with y'all. I appreciate y'all for coming through. And I don't really have a lot of fancy. I gotta come with some more fancy den sayings. You know, South Sports, I got the whole closing thing for the shit. You know, it's like ML face. Kenneth still in here? Kenneth ain't in here? All right, cool. Kenneth ain't in here. We good. Like I say, it'll be 1 at the latest, but I'm thinking I should be there. Shouldn't take me too long. I should be in the gym prepared. I gotta go change up and everything, but I should be out of there by probably like 12:30. But you know, at 1 at the latest. But I appreciate y'all. We'll be back on it tomorrow. I'm gonna get back on, like I said, I'm gonna get back regularly scheduled on the dens. I've been slacking on these, but I told you, like, I'm gonna start doing some shit differently. Like drop a video during the day, and then just kind of open up the line more for calls, and you know, like I said, just kind of have more free range conversation, but still, you know, have a main topic. But with that said, yeah, I need to holler at Man up, man, because we were supposed to do something. Like I said, I've been off and hadn't really been on point, so I need to holler at him. Let me see if I can get him on for the Browns game too. But with that being said, man, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Y'all be cool like y'all be cool, man. I thank y'all for joining me in the den this evening. Y'all don't got to go home. Like I said, I'm politely inviting you guys to join me on the mixer here in a little while. And here's the dilly-dally, if y'all don't know. And but now I'm politely escorting you to the door and requesting that you leave, put your shoes on if you left them. And Mr. Rabbit, I hope you kept your shoes on the entire time. The time, what Tim's? I don't rock Tim's. Like I said, it'll be between 12:30 and 1 o'clock that I'll be on the mixer. So somewhere in between there. 1 o'clock at the latest. I'm thinking more about 12:30. So that should probably tell you like 12:45. Y'all know me. You got to add some CPT to it. But I'm out, son.